Welcome to another matchup here in Group C. We have Filthy versus RebornGaignun tonight. Filthy is leading this group with authority right now. He is 2-0 after taking series against Affin Show and against Forensic Zombie. RebornGaignun yet to play in this group. Noteworthy achievements right now. He's in the winner's bracket on the tag tournament right now, one of only two teams to do so. Also, he did go 0-3 in round one of the last 1v1 tournament, right in the very first round. So we'll have to see if this can be the beginning of a path of redemption for RebornGaignun, or if Filthy can manage to keep control of his group. What are some of your thoughts coming into this match, my co-host Poor Choices?
I'm actually really excited for this match. It should be a lot going on. Reborn does like to bring some interesting arsenals, a little bit of jank here and there. Filthy, always with the fast and the furious. I wouldn't say jank so much as I would say interesting decks, like his Dance of Death. Panorama was banned, so we know that Reborn's aware of the Filthy's playstyles. Filthy said he doesn't really know what Reborn's going to bring. The two both should be the top of their respective group, as was predicted. So this should really be a big powerhouse matchup.
Yeah, going to be really exciting going forward. It's definitely good to note. Yeah, you're never going to be really sure what Guinan is going to bring to a matchup. And Filthy, even though Panorama was banned, you never know. We might see that Chaos Dance of Death anyways. I've seen him run it in a 1v1 on lane before. So we'll be starting our bans, our Panorama and City. We'll be starting on Palace. I don't know that I've actually really seen Palace banned yet. Everybody seems comfortable leaving Palace open. Looks like our players are ready, and we'll go ahead and get this underway.
Yeah, because they're not playing you, so there's no need to ban Palace.
You just love to point that out, don't you? You just can't get off of the friggin' Palace train.
I just hope everyone bans before you. All right, Regan and I are killing us real quick. We see that both Filthy and Gaignun off decent starts, 5 and 4 aura. Filthy, of course, with the purple, the presumable erase, and possibly an orb already. Reborn with the more traditional attack and defense.
Let's take a look here at auras. We see purple out of Filthy. Looks like he used...
Possibly a Judge of Ares.
Yeah, that was I believe that was a Judge of Ares, and then Guinan used a Turbulence, and it happened all simultaneously. Filthy now using the Sign of Saints. Guinan up above. Not a good spawn to defend against it, especially when he wants to keep digging. That Sign of Saints is going to do a lot of damage if it connects. We do see a green aura out of Guinan. That goes along with the Turbulence. So far, we've only seen the one school out of each of them, I believe. So we'll have to see if they're running singles or if they have anything else.
We have Nature with Reborn.
Yeah.
That looks to be pretty straightforward. I'm assuming Reborn might have an Ice Sword here. He is now finally pushing the aggro. A Lightning Sword, but it swings and misses on Filthy. Filthy does have a defense. Have we seen that yet?
No, we haven't seen that yet. He was just holding the Sign of Saints in hand solo for a while, but then went and picked up what looks to be the shield in the yellow now. Ice Sword now connects onto Filthy, takes some fall damage.
That was a nice Ice Sword, and that's going to open up time so he can actually dig through his arsenal. Surprisingly, he does pick up all 4 attacks.
Well, now the Healing Water out of Filthy puts the Sign of Saints back at 4 damage. Filthy still not attempting to block the swords. Must have something like a flash hole. Well, it doesn't matter what he had now. Guinan, one of the things I like to point out is when he came down here to put pressure with the swords, that forced Filthy to pick up some of his capsules, which took a lot of pressure off of the Sign of Saints coming at him in his own spawn. So even when he goes back to his spawn, and if Filthy is able to get that same angle, it's not going to be doing as much damage because he had to pick things up in his hand.
No, it was also a great Ice Lightning Sword combo to make sure that he could not have to deal with the shield, so he could preserve his Lightning Sword. The Crawlers, though, amazingly does almost a 180 turn all the way up the stairs. Reborn's got to be wondering how the heck that happened. Even from my angle, it was still an amazing turn.
Yeah, I watched it go all the way around. I was going to say that one's going to hit. The first one he dodged quite nicely. Now with the Fortress, going to be a lot more protected against the next set of Crawlers if they come out. 2 damage Sign of Saints being thrown out for some
picks up another shield and be interested to see what that is. Possibly a Glacial on the other one. He is running the Nature. They're both burning through their decks pretty quickly, though, and Filthy, of course, is running Faith. I'll be interested to see if he tries to play it out and get any popping going on, but right now, way too much aggression and aggro to get that going.
Still dodging some Ice Swords and Lightning Swords. Gainen getting a little bit more damage down. Decides to use the Vacuum Wall up on the crawlers. Barely manages to get
Vacuum
enough
wall on
aura.
the crawlers, yeah. Good job getting distance to get enough aura for it. Oh! And a Fire Gehenna he'd been holding on to, but too close a range. Reborn's able to dodge it.
Yeah, that's just not a... At least for me, in my experience playing a lot with Gainen, that's not a skill I'd really be wanting to hold on to. He's got the Fortress, and he's really well versed in dodging the Fire Gehenna. And when you're losing health on it, it almost feels like you lose more health using it against him than you'll take. It's
See a
real hard to
Vacuum
land a
Slash
hit.
come out, but Filthy is ready with the Fortress of Iron, makes a great block. Looks like he might still be holding onto the Fire of Gehenna, but yes, it's going to be tough to get a shot off unless he can combo it or get some sort of optimal range or angle on Gainen.
That would be the ideal scenario. If you're going to hang on to the Fire Gehenna, you want to find something else that you can combo it with to hopefully break that Fortress of Iron. If not, could just be a source of health drain. Which, if he's looking to use some
Reborn with the
agonies...
railgun.
So we do
Reborn
see,
does have the railgun.
has Psycho in that arsenal. I think that's the first Psycho skill we've seen, isn't it? Manual
I believe
aim from long
Wonderful shot.
range. What
on
a
the back
shot.
of Filthy. Even if that hadn't hit him, that was down to do some debris damage. He had a great angle, and that was really good prediction of where he is. There's another manual.
That was real
just
close.
Barely managed to miss. We do see a glacial out of Filthy. Filthy does have a purple, and Gainen is down to 6 capsules. It'll be interesting to see if that's a diabolical trick.
Oh no, he has the
Bloody
Bloody Ritual. Willing to sacrifice his last bit of health there to try and get the aura down. Not sure that was the best call. I think Gainen would still be just fine. He'd be at 5 or 6
He'd have
aura.
enough to do railgun. And with 3 cost, it's still a spammable skill, even if the bloody hits.
Angel's Wing goes out, just barely
Wing of
blocked.
Hope. It's a
Yeah,
Wing
sorry.
of Hope from Filthy. That'll be interesting. I knew where you were going. It's a good skill. Reborn actually loves that skill. The irony of it, if it does manage to hit. Unfortunately, Reborn with a very solid Fortress of Iron and as a very good cartwheeler, it's not one he's going to be able to combo or do anything on his own. Right now, it looks like he's just kind of holding on.
Flash
He
Ult
does
does
hit a
catch
flash
that
ult. It looks like
railgun.
he does take it. So the railgun's out, but Reborn, of course, still chasing.
There we go.
He
Makes the
does.
trade
He
there.
gets the Wings of Hope. And as Reborn likes to say, that Wings of Hope just fills up the revolver so that he can fire Fire of Gehenna again.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't have Fire of Gehenna anymore, and he doesn't have the Bloody Ritual
Oh,
either.
he did. You're right. He did take it
He's
out.
really dead in the water after that. Depending on what Gaiden has, he's actually almost put himself in a worse position because what he has now is Sign of Saints.
Did you see what his last capsule
defense?
was?
Oh, I don't know.
No, his last. Filthy's down to 1 capsule. I'm wondering if it, because I believe Psycho does have Shatter. There might be a chance that Reborn does have a Shatter in there.
It's possible, but I don't think so.
At 4 capsules, I wouldn't think so.
Filthy does have not an aura particle. It is a regular capsule there. So if he had a Shatter, he'd be able to pop him out. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Reborn feeling him out. Of course, we do just have Sign of Saints, and right now an unusable Wings of Hope. From your perspective, I mean, what would... Oh, we do see a purple. This is Shatter.
It's possible. It could be a Shatter.
Reborn waiting him out, so maybe not.
Could just be
maybe possibly trying to bluff him. Yeah. This one might be set up to be a draw if Reborn can't corner him.
Filthy
Yeah, it
could
looks
just
like it
run
was
the
definitely
tree.
a bluff. Yeah.
Which is always exciting. It'll go into fast countdown soon. I think the last thing to connect was that Wings of Hope. And I think it's after 3 minutes of no damage. It cuts down to a minute left, or like 30 seconds left. So we'll see if we get into the fast countdown timer here. Gainen does manage to close the distance, though.
Right now triggering him. Oh! Tries to get
Loses
off
the
an
Excalibur and loses the Ice Sword. Gainen
All right,
also out of options. I don't think he has anything left in
That
his base.
should do it. Well, now that you know that Gainen's not going to be bringing it, would you advocate maybe doing some self-damage to get the Wings of Hope able to fire?
I would have done that long ago, honestly. Jumped down that hole. I actually had a match against Guinan earlier where I did that to him. I was using a Wings of Hope drain deck, and he was hovering near my base, and I was at 6 health, so I just jumped in the hole of the tree, appeared right next to him, and Wings of Hoped him.
I mean, if you know you're not going to be able to get hit and your only fear is debris, I mean, I don't see the harm in trying to take a shot at it and see if you can't make something happen. It would have to be a miracle of
It'd
events
be pretty hard at
to
this
get it
point
from,
anyway,
from
because
12
he could
down.
just pole dance.
What do you have to lose? But, you know, at this point, we are seeing both of them were pretty evenly matched. We saw Guinan with some great dodges and some interesting combos. Filthy, however, though, great with avoiding those railguns, you know, playing the spacing game with the tree, really timing his Fortress of Irons to neutralize Guinan on that last sword rush.
Yeah, we see the clock ticking down now at 30 seconds. Should be over soon, and then we'll head on to Highway to see who can pick up their first map of this series.
I think it's also interesting now that they've felt out each other as opponents. They said they've never really played with each other to see what they sort of bring to Highway. Guinan, of course, being a cartwheeler, it's very interesting
Last
to me
moment
that he's
he does finally go
playing
for
Highway.
the aim for the Wings of Hope. A little too late.
Little too little too late at that point, but you know, props for trying.
Yeah. We'll move on to Highway now. Look at that. We got some solidarity here, Poor Choices. We have the exact same rating, and we're both spectating, so we'll continue to be at the same rating.
We're just really good combo, you and I.
Meant to be. So as we head
All
into
right,
Highway...
so what are you expecting out of each of them? I think I know what Guinan's bringing.
You know, I don't know if I expect anything specific out of Guinan, but I expect something either janky or silly.
All right, well, now that we've started, so even if they were listening, they no longer could be. I'm expecting to see a Quantum Decay out of Guinan. He's been playing a very interesting Highway deck where he anticipates the lasers, and he has Aura answer to it in the form of Quantum Decays and level control.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Reborn already up to high amounts of aura.
And he
Sounds
is holding
like
onto a
Filthy
yellow,
is
very possibly
using
orb.
some lasers there.
Yes, Filthy is yellow, so he definitely is optic. Reborn also yellow, so we know he's got the optic deck as well.
We did see the flash hole too. I believe that caught the rapid cannon there. So we know that
Faith from Reborn.
Opti Faith out of Reborn. We're still seeing the slide lasers coming out of Filthy. Manually aiming
Filthy,
against
not
the...
a lot of aura right now. Only holding on to about 4 aura. He does have pretty balanced attack and defense hand, though.
Yeah.
Now he's burning through, trying to fix up some aura.
Guinan
Reborn
throwing
needs some
out
debris
some
damage.
Yeah, and he's also throwing out some manual aim Will-o'-the-Wisp, trying to feel out some of the shields. Filthy not taking any of that though.
No, Filthy waiting right there on that
Charge
invulnerable
particle
part of the steps.
does break the flash hole, I believe.
That'd be an interesting deck.
I'll have to see what else he's going for here. Loses the charge particle to the flash hole. Flash hole also gone. Guinan picks up another shield. Still manual aiming a lot of Will-o'-the-Wisps, but Filthy is not biting.
Now, Guinan does have the advantage of his spawn having a great angle over Filthy's capsules, but I don't think he's going to get much done with the Willow. He's now seen Wall of Current.
As you say it, Filthy gets hit anyway.
Yeah. He does pick him off once, but I think if Filthy kind of settles down for a sec... Well, now we see Guinan racing a race shield. Then we do see a flash hole he's still holding on to.
Yeah, Filthy manages to bait out the eraser of Guinan. That was a nice play. Looking to maybe break the flash hole. Uses the vacuum wall to finally catch the Will-o'-the-Wisp.
There, that takes the Willow. So now we're going to see Reborn digging.
Filthy playing pretty
He
smart
also
so
throws
far.
up a heat. So he's going to have a heat. I'm wondering if he has more rapid cannon or lasers, if he's going to try to build some distance with a nice heat on it, see if he can't snap some shields.
Doesn't manage to get
Another
the
vacuum
reincarnation,
wall.
but uses the vacuum wall. Looking to get
Looks like he
around that
manually
flash
aimed the
hole.
first bullet.
I think it might be time to bite the bullet and just... Oh, geez. He should have broken it with the blaster instead of losing the bullet of fire there.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Saying it's, I'm wondering if he was trying to bait with the bullet, because it looks like he was manually aiming there for a little.
Seeing recalls
Reborn
out
might
of
have just gotten
Guignun.
in front of it.
Looks like he's going for the long game with a lot of array shields. Now he finally gets the flash hole with the blaster. Not sure what other attack he has in hand. Looks like he's headed to long range. I'm going to guess some form of
Filthy
laser.
is +2, so it should be able to
Aura
snap a lot of
cannon.
shields. Unfortunately, though, yeah, with
Eraser.
the long range, he's only down to 10 capsules there.
Yeah.
Reborn still with 26 is going to be very
Guignun
helpful.
played
if
this
he has-
arsenal
if he can
against
wait
me
him out.
earlier. Yeah, he has the trance, and he has some good options for taking out defenses there. I know he has a violent change in that arsenal, too. So he's going to be looking to see if he can whittle down Filthy's capsules and then violent change, if possible. If not, he's going to possibly be able to finish him off with this vibration blaster. Already broken the fortress.
Filthy did take a vibration hit, and like I was saying, I think that angle is highly beneficial.
Oh,
as
goodness.
he finishes it right there with the angle.
Yeah, Filthy thinking
Great
he could
shot.
hit the timing
Great
with the
timing.
vacuum wall, but doesn't make the shot. Guignun hitting him for a good 11 damage right off the map. What a shot.
It was great timing on that shot, great combo, but overall, very good match.
Yeah, that was a good match. Guignun playing the long game. And now we're headed to Refinery. It'll be interesting to see what they bring here. The first match after the draw, Guignun decides to play the long game and make sure he has an answer if it comes down to capsules. We'll have to see if he continues to play that sort of style here after Filthy showing to be pretty resilient if you don't have it on the table.
And I think it's only fair to point out, because I've pointed it out for you, I think Reborn's go-to level is Refinery. I'm not sure he has a lot of losses, or maybe any official ones in tournaments since the tag tournament on this level.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what goes down here. Back half of the maps is always where Guignun feels the most at home. So now that we're back here, this is going to be working towards his favor. We do see an environmental out of Filthy. We'll have to see if he's able to get enough aura to lay that down. Looks like Guignun is already on the chase. Sounds like Flame
Sorry, I
Sword.
couldn't kill myself quick enough. There we go.
Filthy. Oh, he's breaking hanging spots with the Flame Sword. Filthy does have the big box available that he could get on if he gets enough aura. He seems to be sitting there holding on to it. He doesn't really seem interested in overwriting anything. Perhaps there's also a vicious balance in store. Guignun picking up more aura. Let's see what we see.
He does override his
blue
environment,
aura.
but he is holding onto those purples.
Yeah, we see a blue aura out of Filthy. Guignun looking to break the box now. There are a lot of hang spots on this map, though. You'd have to break every single barrel.
Willow. He's throwing enough willows. He's going to try to get that easy hang spot out of the way quickly.
You'd have to hit every single
there's
barrel, and
plenty
there's
of
like
other-
4 or 5 breakable boxes as well.
But here he is. He's making the rounds. He saw one environmental, and he's preparing to see if there's going to be any more. Must be thinking it's pretty game-changing, especially if Filthy is down, keeping his aura level down while holding onto those purples.
Yeah, the Flame Sword right now might be more useful. Just put some pressure on Filthy in his base.
It does look like he switches up tactics. He is now throwing the willows at Filthy from a high angle. Filthy kind of running off to avoid the willow. Reborn does have a yellow, and it looks like it is orb. I think he just,
Playing it nice and safe with the Faith Nature here. Filthy jumps off in order to get access to his capsules again. He is in a really rough spot aura-wise. Still doesn't have a shield. Dance of Death comes out.
You do see Dance of Death.
You must have been looking to hit the Chaos Dance of Death.
With the Flame Sword.
Now that he has enough aura.
That would be a good call.
He's got about 2 more shots before he gets finished off with the Flame Sword.
Reborn jumps off and tries to get a willow from the bottom angle, but he's unable to do so.
Yeah.
Now that he's seen, we do see him look like he's digging through his arsenal a little better. I think now he knows what to expect.
I'm willing to guess that since Filthy's not going to dig anymore, he's got the 21 damage, and he's banking on the 100% 21 damage shot. And that's really...
Reborn looking like he's digging. He might have a fortress. He is in nature right now. We'll see. Looks like he's trying to bait Filthy a little bit.
Doesn't look like he's confident. Has the Is that Mind's Eye or Guard of Water, whatever that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was Guard of Water. The auto defense should take the Dance of Death. Now he's looking to finish it off with Willow or Flame Sword. Catches the Flame Sword around the pole. Nice angle on the Flame Sword to do the final 3 damage.
Yeah, Guinan takes the second match here, leads the series 2 with 1 tie. We move on to Lane. We'll have to see if Filthy can pick up his first win here. It can be a bit of a rat race getting inside and around the buildings on Lane. Could work to his advantage if he runs Dance of Death again, but he's already broken that out once. He may not feel confident in it twice.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would use the Dance of Death on Refinery. I think as a jumper on Lane, it would have been more beneficial to hang the Chaos in a hard-to-reach, hard-to-cartwheel to spot and kind of play around at the jump pads with the Dance of Death.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he chooses to bring this time. Let's go ahead and get the Suicide rolling. 3 aura start out of both Filthy and Guinan. Guinan has a shield. Powers up with an acquisition. Haven't seen anybody move in for aggression yet. Poor choices with the poor choice on his Suicide deck. We do see what looks like neutralization out of Filthy. Guinan admitting defeat on that one, not willing to try and contest it. Poor choice is still alive.
I can't believe I didn't get a screen.
Shockingly, whenever he is supposed to be dead, he's not good at that either.
Everybody wants me to live. I'm the guy who makes it to the end in the horror movies.
Filthy in a real rough spot. No shields versus reincarnation, and his base is in the open. He is cut off entirely.
Again, playing those angles, we see the Willow reincarnation combo that Guidan's been using for at least a few of his earlier matches. Filthy now
still
digging,
no shields.
trying to find an answer.
I'm hoping to see if he can bounce back here, but in the future, he may need to consider some more shields in his deck. We've seen that be a problem in more than one match this series. Guinan's still getting
Willow right
damage.
There. Good shot by Guinan.
He runs the Dance of Death again.
We do see the Dance of Death.
Looks like it'll be a 14 damage one right now.
I would expected to see it, but now I feel
he's just taking so much free damage in the setup. Seems like we had a bit of a lag
I don't know
there.
If you've seen the other one. Yeah. Luckily nobody was around.
Misses the Dance of Death
Filthy
again.
Shoots another. Eats a reincarnation. He's now 1 shot away.
This is close to being over.
Underneath.
Throws the Dance of Death.
Drops down trying to get the angle.
Let's see if he can connect. Nope. He's got maybe one more shot. Nope. And the Willow finishes. Guinan takes the series. 3 wins and 1 tie. Filthy does not manage to stay at the top of this group. Still 2-1. Guinan looking like he might be a favorite here for this group. Wow. That was a rough set of matches. 2 things I find
very interesting. One, that Filthy played a lot of the Dance of Death, especially knowing that was one of the only things we knew about his arsenal builds, that he likes to bring that particular one. And 2, that knowing Guinan is one of the best cartwheelers we've seen in recent games and matches. So it's still kind of a very hard skill to hit a cartwheeler with unless you hit them mid-skill or unaware. I don't know. What do you think, Bregan?
I agree. I think I would have maybe tried it on Lane, but I don't think I would have tried it back-to-back, let alone do it on Refinery at all. It was an interesting set of choices. He gambled, but it didn't pay off. Filthy's a drinking, gambling man. But Guinan proved to be resilient and took the series pretty cleanly.
You could tell from the play level on Palace and a lot of the trades, the timing, and the spacing that Filthy is still a very good competitor. Of course, still favored to be one of the top of the division. Will be interesting to see how this shakes out going forward.
Yeah, he still has some remaining matches to be played against some of the others in this group, such as Shadow Shield, who is an avid 1v1 player, and against the Wolf, who has been known to be pretty savvy himself. So we'll have to see if Filthy can
underestimating maybe the last person in that division.
That's true. We have Mario in there as well. I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember everybody off the top of my head, but yes, Mario is also in
I
that group.
got you. So a little biased, but I think Mario put on a good showing. All in all, should be interesting to see. So we'll have to wait till the next match, and Bregan will bring the noise.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.